Exclusive, Arsenal confirms it's ready to negotiate the £100 million player. And specialist harshly criticizes the game's refereeing, saying the Chelsea player should have been sent off after a malicious attack on the Arsenal star. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest news from Arsenal straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. The Gunners enjoyed one of their best wins of the season after thrashing their London rivals Chelsea 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium, with Leandro Trossard, Kai Havertz and Ben White on the scoresheet for Mikel Arteta's side. With the North London side now 3 points clear at the top of the table at the time of writing, last night's win could not have come at a better time against a more perfect opponent, with the mood around Arsenal now at an all-time high. And things could have gone even better for Arsenal had one Chelsea player seen red. Nicholas Jackson lucky to escape red card after challenge on Takahiro Tomiyasu. Speaking on commentary for the match, Townsend noted that Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson was lucky not to have been sent off in the opening half after the Senegal international went in rashly on Arsenal's Takahiro Tomiyasu. With VAR again under the spotlight this week, the decision to not turn to the technology raised eyebrows on Tuesday as Jackson escaped what many thought was a red card, with Tomiyasu lucky to come away from the tackle unscathed. And Townsend also agrees that Jackson might have been lucky to come away without a dismissal, with the pundit admitting that the tackle was a rash one on Tomiyasu and one that looked painful when slowed down. Townsend said, "That's a sore one, it's a bad challenge. When you see it in slow motion it looks even worse. That's how you can get red cards if the officials want to look at something, but thankfully for Jackson that's not the case." Arsenal could have set records if Chelsea went down to 10 men. Arsenal didn't need Jackson to come off for the Gunners to secure a historic 5-0 win against Chelsea, with the North London side going up another gear in the second half and outplaying their Premier League rivals off the park. Yet things could have been much different for Arsenal had Jackson been sent off, with the extra man advantage potentially giving Arteta's side the edge needed to set some truly astonishing records against Chelsea. However, it was to be 11 versus 11 for the entire contest, and Arsenal showed who truly is the biggest and best team in London with one of the most convincing performances of the entire season. Wolves are now eyeing up a move for one Arsenal star who Mikel Arteta will be willing to let go in the upcoming summer transfer window. Arsenal are likely to sanction plenty of exits from the Emirates Stadium this summer. 13 Arsenal players could be set to leave the North London club this summer. There are several fan favourites amongst this list of potential departures, including Hale End Academy graduate Emile Smith-Rowe, veteran midfielder Jorginho, and goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal accept that Ramsdale is almost certain to leave the club at the end of the season. At this stage in his career, the 25-year-old needs to be playing regular football. Prior to this season, and the arrival of David Raya in the most recent summer transfer window, Ramsdale was the established number one between the sticks at the Emirates Stadium. However, Mikel Arteta quickly handed the starting berth to the incoming Spaniard, and has stuck by the Brentford loanee ever since. Even when Arsenal fans were calling upon Arteta to reinstate Ramsdale after Raya initially struggled to impress, the Spanish coach never wavered in his faith in the 28-year-old. Arsenal are now set to shell out £27 million to sign Raya on a permanent basis. The writing is on the wall for Ramsdale, and Raya has impressed Arsenal fans in recent weeks, as he has grown into his role in Arteta's side. According to The Sun, Wolves have now emerged as contenders to secure Ramsdale's signature this summer, as they look set to let Jose Sa go. Arsenal paid £30 million to sign Ramsdale from Sheffield United in the summer of 2021. The four-cap England international has had some great days in an Arsenal shirt, and has enhanced his reputation hugely in his time in North London. However, his value will undoubtedly have been negatively impacted by the fact that he has spent this season on the sidelines. What's more, Wolves and any other potential suitors will know that Arsenal need to offload the player, which may well tempt them come in with a lowball offer. Arsenal will also have to replace Ramsdale in the squad, as backup for Raya will still be required, and current third-choice keeper Karl Hein is unlikely to be considered ready for such a role. It will be fascinating to see if Arteta seeks to sign a clear second-choice option, of if he brings in a player capable of pushing Raya for his starting berth. Arsenal are ready to move for £100 million player if they get any indication that he wants to leave. Bruno Guimaraes has long been linked with Spanish giants Real Madrid and Barcelona, whilst French giants PSG are big admirers, but TBR can also confirm some of the strongest interest in him is from within England. Arsenal, who looked at him closely prior to Newcastle agreeing terms with Lyon, are in the market to bolster their midfield options, and Guimaraes is someone they admire hugely. Likewise, TBR is told that Manchester City hold the player in huge regard and have been monitoring his progress since he moved to England. Guimaraes' new deal at Newcastle also included a release clause worth around £100 million. Magpies sources have downplayed any suggestions that would entertain an offer for Guimaraes. Indeed, they are insistent that they regard the 26-year-old as a key to their future success. Newcastle firmly believe that Guimaraes is not looking to leave the club, but if it becomes apparent he does want out, the situation could change very quickly. Indeed, sources have told TBR that should Arsenal and City get any indication that Guimaraes wants to leave St James' Park, they are ready to make a move for him. Newcastle are keen to keep hold of their biggest stars this summer following a difficult campaign under Eddie Howe. And recent reports have revealed that the Magpies are eager to open contract negotiations with Alexander Isak, another Newcastle star linked to Arsenal. Both Guimaraes and Isak have been key for Howe this term, with the latter netting 21 times in 34 appearances. Guimaraes has been equally as impressive in the middle of the park, registering 12 goal involvements in 44 games this season. Newcastle also hold an interest in Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, and the Englishman has been told he can leave the Emirates Stadium this summer. Howe is an admirer, but given Newcastle's issues with profit and sustainability rules, a move to St James' Park appears unlikely. Arteta still needs to sell £45 million Arsenal star despite unbelievable Chelsea display. It's been reported that Arsenal have been trying to offload Thomas Partey for a long time without success. The £45M midfielder was previously key to plans, and rightfully so given the unbelievable levels he can reach on a football pitch. However, the 30-year-old has been injured far too often during his Arsenal career, there's no debating that. And whilst Partey was superb against Chelsea last night, it shouldn't change Arteta or Arsenal's position this summer. In all honesty, the midfielder Arsenal replace Partey with might not be as good, they might struggle to play the level of passes he does. But the consistency and availability a new face could bring could be worth so much more to the club. A player like Martin Zubimendi or Bruno Guimaraes could thrive across a 38-game league season, rather than only playing a bit-part role here and there. Partey's injuries must be frustrating for him too, but they are simply hindering Arsenal's plans in the middle. And whilst both Partey and Jorginho have enjoyed excellent moments at the Emirates this campaign, they're not the long-term solution. And ahead of a summer in which Arsenal have a bit of financial freedom, now is the perfect time to replace Partey, regardless of what happens in these next few weeks. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.